Assalamualaikum to Madam Hanis Basira binti Abu Hassan. My name is AMIRUL FARID. My metric number is 25DDT1F1028. In this video, I will present about practical task 3 for subject DFN50133 network design. Okay, diberi topologi seperti ini. Access layer, distribution layer, core layer. Kemudian objektif bagi practical task 3 ni ialah part 1, connect all the devices, iaitu connect all the devices as per topology yang berada di atas. And then part 2, configure the host names and interface IP addresses. And then configure the host names and interface IP addresses on all of the devices. And then the discovery server is the DNS server for both PCs. Part 3, configure basic security on the devices. Okay, first configure basic security for all the network devices, and then set a privilege mode password and require login on VTY ports. And then for the part 4, configure HRP routing for autonomous system 1, which is configure HRP routing for AS1 on all routers, 4 routers there. And then advertise all connected networks and disable HRP default route summarizations on all routers. And then the last one is part 5, perform basic connectivity tests, which is perform basic connectivity tests according to the stadium prototype test plan. And then perform end-to-end connectivity tests between both PC, and it should be successful. Okay, for the first part 1, connect all the devices. Connect all the devices as per topology. Now I will pick some cables to connect device to device, device to workstations. Okay. Firstly, copper straight through F02 to fastener 0, and then F01, F0/0, then serial DC, 0101, 010, then crossover cable, /01 to the /01, then /00 to the /01. R1 and R2 use DCE2, 010, 010, then fasten 0/0, connect to the switch, 02, same here, F0/0, connect to F0/3. Then from PC, fasten 0 to the switch, 501. From switch, connect to the DNS server, discovery server, fasten 04 to the fasten 0. Right, done for the part 1, for the connect all devices as per topology. Okay, now I will continue to the part 2, configure the host names and interface IP addresses. Configure the host name and interface IP addresses on all the devices, and discovery server is the DNS server for both PCs. Okay, for the IP configuration and host name, I will refer to this table given. So for the PC is IP address is 172.168.4.10.255.255.255.0, and then the default gateway 172.168.4.1. Okay, next for the PC2, IP address is 172.168.1.8.10.255.255.255.0, 172.1.8.8.1. Okay, for the discovery server 172.168.4.25.5.5.5.0. Default gateway is 172.168.1.8.1. Okay. Then for to connect PC to the server, we need to put the address of the discovery server, which is 172.18.4.25. Okay. Same goes to the PC. 172.18.4.25. Right? That's for workstations. And then for the switch and router, okay. Now I will go to the router first, router 1. I will use the IP given, IP address given. Config T, enable config T, hostname R1, and then the IP is here. Just copy this. Okay. Then for R1, I go to the R2. Enable config T, hostname R2. Then the IP is F00, F01, and 0010. Right. You can see the connection between router is established. And then to router 3, enable. Okay, enable config terminal, hostname R3, and then configure the IP address each interface. Alright. And then for the R4, here I will configure the clock rate. Okay, interface F00/010. Okay. And then the clock rate for S0/0. Right. Hostname R4. Okay. Alright. All connection is established. Then for the part 2. Before that, on the switch also I need to configure the VLAN interface. So we go to the switch 1 first, and then enable config T, hostname S1. Then the IP address is the VLAN. Okay, then no shut. Alright, I will do the same thing to the switch 2 here. Enable config terminal, hostname S2. Then the IP address interVLAN 1, no shut. Okay, done. And then for the part 2, yes, I will go to the part 3, which is configure basic security on the devices. Okay, privilege mode password require login on VTY ports. Okay, first I go to the R1. Okay. R1, run VTY 0, password Cisco, login, and then to the R2, run VTY 0, password Cisco, login, on the R3, IMTY0, password Cisco, login. Here, IMTY0, password Cisco, login. Then on the switch, I need to configure terminal, enable password Cisco, enable secret class, IP default gateway 172.168.04.1, IMTY0, password Cisco, login. Right, then same goes to the switch too. Enable config T. Here. Alright. IMTY 0. Alright. On each switch, I configure the default gateway too. While I'm configuring the security, privilege mode, and passwords. Right. And the VTY ports. Okay, that's for the part 3, configure basic security on the devices. Now I will continue to the part 4, which is configure HRP routing for autonomous system 1. Okay, I need to do this HRP routing on the all routers. Okay, now I will go to router 1 first. Alright, the HRP, copy this, config terminal and then paste. Alright, copy, run, start. So okay, then go to the R2, exit, router HRP1, because the question asks to use the one number, one autonomous system number. Okay, copy, run, start, and then for the R3, also router HRP1, that's the autonomous system number. Okay, then for the R4, for the last router, alright, that's it. Copy, run, start. The agency is up in the agency after configure the router HRP1. Okay. Okay, then I already configure the no auto summarization, which is disable HIP default summarization all routers. Advertise all connected networks. Okay, here the networks are connected. Okay, that's all done for the HIP routing for autonomous system number 1. Okay, done for the part 4. I will continue to the part 5. Alright, then perform basic connectivity test according to the stadium prototype test plan. Okay, kat sini saya akan configure dan saya akan verify mengikut test plan, stadium prototype test plan ni. Okay, first kena configure prototype according destination checklist. Right, dah connected. seperti yang ada di packet tracer, and then console into one of the devices battery ping all your battery requirements. Then examine the show running config and show IPRO output, copy and paste the result. Okay, show running config. Okay, show run. Kat sini tadi kita dah buat, saya dah buat IP addressing configuration untuk fast 00 and connect kepada switch, and then fast 01 pergi kepada router 3, and then 00/1/0 connect to the R2, and then the clock rate. Okay, and then for the router HRP, autonomous system number is 1, and then network connected is 172.8.1.8.0.0, and then you disable auto summary. Okay, and then do the liability wipeout for the security password Cisco. I will try perform end-to-end connectivity test between both of PC. Should be successful. Okay, I will try to ping from PC to PC. Okay, go to command prompt, ping paste. Okay, there is 2 packet received and 2 packet didn't receive. That cannot be sent and received. Okay, now we try to ping again. Now all the packets are received and sent successfully. Okay. Alright, verify AHRP configuration using SHIP route, SHIP protocol, SHIP topology, dan ataupun SHIP HRP interface. Okay, saya pergi pada R1. Kita akan cuba untuk verify. Okay, okay, ini adalah satu HRP yang telah connect, telah set pada autonomous system nombor 1. Kemudian show IP protocols. Okay, IP protocol USP 1. Okay, kat bawah tu telah autonomous information is not in effect. Kemudian routing for network is 172.1.8.0.0. Okay, kemudian show IP HCP topology. Alright, ini adalah IP HCP topology yang connect kita buat tadi. Saya buat tadi, saya 01, saya 010 serial dan saya 010. Kemudian last sekali show IP HRP interfaces. Okay, di mana interface ni menunjukkan bahawa saya telah buat HCP route yang connect pada router 1, iaitu F010, F001 dan 001/0. Okay, sekian saja daripada saya untuk paket practical task 3 untuk network design DFN50133. Sekian, terima kasih.